All right, and we are live. Stream, thanks a ton for tuning in. I'm sorry that I can't give you music in the beginning. I haven't figured that part out yet. I know other streamers have all that stuff figured. I don't. It's all there is to it. I will figure it out one of these days, but I haven't. So there you go. So our lovely silent waiting to start flash screens. I'm David. This is High Shelf Gaming. We tonight are going to be playing Cyberpunk Red. And I am joined by many of the players in our West Marches game. So this is West Marches, where every time we get to play, there's probably going to be a different crew each time. We have about, I want to say, 10 active players. We're looking to add, potentially added 2 more, and that's probably going to get us pretty close to full on this game. But dear viewer, if you're the type of person who wants to play in a streamed Cyberpunk Red game and, like our styles, all that kind of stuff, great, get in contact with me. Bonus if you are, frankly, not like me, right? If you're not a white straight dude, that'd be awesome, because our stream has a lot of folks like me, and I love my peeps, but I want more peeps that have different backgrounds and different, livelihoods and different approaches to the world and all that good stuff. So a little extra diversity is always good. So reach out to me if you are into this game style. We have maybe 2 more spots. So just let us know. Again, this is Cyberpunk Red. Our game is sponsored by Legend Keeper. So around midway point, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to give away a beta key to Legend Keeper so that you can track your campaign, track your world, do a bunch of world building, all that stuff. I run this game from Legend Keeper. I can't imagine doing a West Marches game from literally anywhere else because it's just so nice for that. And let's see here, a couple other things. Oh, today was Gen Con Badge Reg Day, so we are, of course, going to be at Gen Con in a big way. I think everybody on this stream, Katrina and Mike and Ethan especially, you're all like maybe gonna run games. I think Ethan, you're the only one that's maybe at this point, but yeah, we're running a lot of games at Gen Con. We're over 300 gamer hours. We're probably gonna hit 600 gamer hours by the time everybody gets their stuff in. We're gonna be doing big Gen Con in a big way, so super pumped for that. I think those are all my announcements. Guys, did I forget anything?
Don't think so.
Okay. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mike. So here in
Very
a couple
subtle,
of
Mike.
weeks, we're going to be starting a Blades in the Dark campaign. Mike is going to be running that for us. He'll be our, what do you call the person running the Blades in the Dark campaign?
I think they just go with Game Master.
Okay, yeah. There's always something special. Like, I'm a referee in Cyberpunk, and only D&D gets to be a dungeon master because copyrights or trademarks or whatever. So either way, we're gonna be playing Blades in the Dark. I'm super pumped for that. We're doing character creation and all that kind of stuff now. So yeah, tune in a couple of weeks. We'll be playing that, I think, Wednesday nights, which is pretty awesome. So we're doing this on the weekends, either Saturdays or Sundays, whenever the players can play, based on West March's rules, where they tell me when they're free. And then Monday nights, we tend to play board games. I'm working on some deals where we're going to have some designers coming on to play board games with us. So,
Awesome.
yeah, that'll be really cool. I want us to get a little further along before I start naming names. But, yeah, they make badass games, and I cannot wait to have those in the thing. Oh, no, we lost a person. Oh, gosh. The layouts are terrible.
F's in the chat.
F's in the chat for layouts. Brent should be joining us shortly. He's in California. Sometimes his bandwidth is not so great. And so... All right, good. We are good to go then. So yeah, Blades in the Dark on Wednesdays. This Friday, I will be on a Call of Cthulhu game over on the Croyote Twitch. I'll be tweeting about that, so make sure you're following us on Twitter for those updates. And yeah, so this game on weekends, Blades in the Dark on Wednesdays, starting in February, and Gen Con is coming up. It's going to be awesome. We can't wait. Those are all our big announcements. So let's get into Cyberpunk. My dear players, we have with us Blue Lotus, played by Heather or Katrina, and we have Silas, played by Ethan, and Dexy, played by Mike, and Roland Garris, played by Brent. And Brent is off camera tonight, so we just get to see his lovely, looks like a zombie mask situation or 12 Monkeys situation. I think that's 12
12
Monkeys.
monkeys.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, friends, you are at camp. You are at the Midnight Runners campsite or current temporary home. As nomads, you never own permanent land. You are in this green or blue circle area. And I've described it in a couple other games, but basically this is a long tent situation where you have this military style half dome tent that runs lengthwise. It's very wide, very tall, enough room for a cafeteria, a mess hall, entertainment areas, and then some of these offshoot tents from it would have like housing, medical, workshops. There's a garage, like a tent-based garage where you can drive a vehicle into and work on it, sheltered from the elements, that kind of thing. And you're very close to Night City. You're about, I don't know, an hour's drive on rough road to Night City. And the tribe, the Midnight Runners, you all liberally borrow water from this reservoir that's next door to you, that's across the river. So or across the street. That's kind of the reason why you all have settled here. And we have a number of other characters off here in the ocean right now, so I'm just going to move them further away. And we have our 4 players today. I'm going to go ahead and get us to the point where, Garrus, a couple of sessions ago, you came across Horus and Lupicow, which is a gas station that's covered in graffiti. Inside, you guys found a very grim scene, and audience, fair warning, this game is going to have some grim moments in it, some dark themes, that kind of thing. So if you're squeamish, prepare thyself. So you guys found this gas station, and inside the freezer section for the gas station, very neatly organized, Garrus found body parts, human body parts. And you have been stewing on this for the number of days and have decided that you can't let it lie. You can't just let it sit. So you've gathered a couple of people together, and the 4 of you are in the mess hall on a table kind of by yourself, separated from the rest of the family, separated from the rest of the tribe, so you can have a quiet conversation over, morning coffee, morning tea, whatever it is you do, an omelet, that kind of thing. And Garrus, everybody's just sat down, and Garrus, if you have anything you'd like to impart to them about what you've seen or what the task for the day is, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, and that's where you guys are. So we'll just kind of start with you guys all already together talking about this gas station.
All right. Well, last time we went out and dropped off that communications tower with that town not too far away from here. What we found, I stopped in at a gas station to check and see if there were any supplies, but there seemed to be a gross amount of body parts that were organized and carefully organized and placed there, like somebody was gonna come back for them.
Some kind of cannibals or something?
It didn't look like it was a group of people. It may have been just one person. But there were vehicle tracks, and there was a uh,
How many bodies are we talking about here?
You know,
They were all.
Roland, you can give me like a straight intelligence to see if you could hazard a guess. You've had some time to think about it, so I imagine that Roland has tried to come up with a number, as difficult as that may be.
There?
Oh, maybe it's in the chat. Oh, yes, it's a. Okay, my apologies. I should have checked. Okay, so yeah, good. So Roland Garrus, you remember. You distinctly remember because you had opened or seen past some of the tarp flap, and you distinctly remember seeing 5 different left legs. So that number has stuck out with you since then, and so that's the best you got.
Okay. Well, it seems like there were about 5 different bodies that were taken from this place.
Okay.
That's
So-
a little
so-
too many, a little too close for comfort, if you ask me.
I agree. That's I've gathered you here so we could go investigate this a little further.
They were all just like broken down into like separate limbs and stored.
That's correct. They were put in the former refrigeration section of this gas station.
Is the power on, or
Yeah, having Forber on there concerns me a little bit.
was there power going to the gas station, or was this just
No power, and it smells bad.
Oh, no.
doesn't even sound like they were keeping it for food? Then it's just
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we-
did try
yeah.
and remove a surveillance system, but we can only get the monitor because I didn't have any tools to take the to see if the tape had anything up.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we looking.
And one of you guys smashed it with like a smashed one of the cameras. I forgot about that part. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, Zorn was there and he smashed the hell out of that camera hanging above the door.
sounds
Usually
about
he
right.
loves cameras.
We looking to just clear this place out or figure out who's behind it?
I think for the well-beingness of the area and our tribe, it'd be best to find who's doing this, so nobody else goes missing.
Dax, do we know of any rumors of people that have gone missing?
Yeah, so all of you who are based out here, so like Garrus and you've all been out here for a little while, so why don't you all make a local expert and just, what's the local rumor mill situation like for, I don't know, people gone missing or anything like that?
And
It's
that's
gonna-
a D10 plus?
Yeah, D10 plus local expert plus intelligence.
I got an 18.
Hmm?
Ooh, Dexy also got an 18.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, just so you all know, because
15.
good stuff.
18 is about as good as I could have done. So
Yeah. 9 plus 9. No, it's good. It's good. And 8 plus 10. Yep.
Do you want me to roll in chat since everyone else is?
No. You can roll wherever. I don't. That doesn't
Okay.
bother me at all. 18s across the board. Okay, all of you rolled 18s. Okay, so
15.
oh, and then 15. Okay, so Blue Lotus, you've been in traction / recovery for a while. You're less engaged with local rumor mill and that kind of thing. As far as this family is concerned, nobody's missing. right? As far as the midnight runners go, everybody's accounted for. Nobody's gone wandering off. So the family is fine. But you guys do know that there are some local baddies. Up north near Prosper, there's the Leathermans that were making a bunch of trouble. There's Shiv Rav around here somewhere. We maybe have a fix on the camp, but we don't quite know where Shiv Rav are camping out. And they're the nomad equivalent of just murderous jerks, right? They're riding around on bikes and stirring up trouble everywhere they go, and they're just no good.
What's their name again?
A Shiv Rav.
Okay.
Yep. And that's a whole nation, right? So I should say that in the world of Cyberpunk, especially in the nomad side, you all are a family. And your family, if it was allied with enough families, y'all might consider yourselves a tribe. And then once the tribe is allied with other tribes, it starts to consider itself a nation, right? So you're a very small family unit. Shiv Rav is a whole nation. So it's a lot of different groups, and they all get lumped in together as Shiv Rav. So you actually don't even know the family name that's in the area from Shiv Rav causing all this trouble, but they're out here. And so, unfortunately, the tribes that you all have contact with, you don't have that kind of information coming from them. Are they missing anyone? Dexy, you know the folks up at Bigfoot, north of you all. They don't necessarily like you, but you could call in and see if they've, had anybody wandering off lately.
Right.
And I think that Dexy, that's probably that. If any of you guys have a way of getting a hold of Lobos Phantasmos, maybe that crew as well. There are other nomads in this area that might have information, but you all don't have regular contact with either of those groups to pull that information from. So with your 18s, you know that it's not the family, and you know of some other families in the area that could provide information, but you don't have that information just innately.
We need Vinton around here. He's friendly.
Yeah.
He could definitely get a hold of
People
somebody.
like Vinton.
People like Vinton.
Yeah. Yep.
Dexy knows people, just none of them like him.
Well, doesn't seem like we're gonna figure anything else out here.
Guess we may want to go look for clues. As disgusting as that sounds.
Yeah, we may want
Sure.
to stop by the medical tent first and be like, hey, I know we don't have a whole lot of supplies, but we're going to take some gloves and masks. And
Yeah, do any of you have a first aid kit or anything like that?
I don't, but way back when, and I never really touched base on it, I was starting to try to do a project to try to get us more supplies for the medical tent.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm not going to try to push for that to be a thing, though, so that's...
Okay. Well,
I have money and nothing else.
Garrus, you have a little bit of first aid. So, tell you what. Normally, I'd have you guys roll on the supplies of the camp. The family does not have a lot of supplies. And the medical tent is rating at a 1. Means they can keep somebody alive while they recover. And so you'd have to roll a d10 and basically hit a 1 in order to get the supplies you need, because they're not being used on anybody else right now. But Garrus, since you've got a first aid of 2, I want to give you guys a little bit of a boost here. So Garrus, why don't you roll a d10 and try and get 3 or better? So the rating of the tribe plus 2 for your first aid, because you probably know where all the first aid stuff is stashed and what the real volume is like at the camp. And let's see if you can finagle yourself a couple of medical supplies, some masks, some gloves, some things to protect yourself while you guys go to this site.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And no worries, if you don't roll it, there's still a thing. It's just not what you want. Just a D10, not the +6. Oh well, I guess it's fine. So the 4. So 4 is just barely too high to get the supplies you need. But I'm gonna say that there is a box of gloves that got wet, but the gloves themselves are fine. They're just a little oogie because they got wet at some point. And then you don't have like nice surgical masks, but there are a bunch of painter masks, and so you could grab that and put some put some mint in there or something like that to kind of act as a guard against the stench.
Is there any like Vicks vapor rub around?
Sure, yeah, exactly. So it'd be something along those lines. Like you can spread that inside the mask so you're not smelling it quite so strongly, but it's not an actual like medical grade mask that's going to protect you in any way. It's just a painter's mask that would keep you from like inhaling a bunch of paint fumes. And that's what you guys got.
That's really the next best thing.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Take what we can get.
Well, all right.
All right, so you guys head out to the gas station, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I reckon so.
Okay, and we're gonna take Roland Garris's car, right? Because you've got an SUV.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you guys start at the camp where I'm pinging now, and you guys head north, or I should say east, along this mountain road. And the road twists and turns. It's a 2-lane, or I should say a 1-lane road, with cars going either direction. This tribe, your family, is really taking care of this road right now. Again, there's no like state services that go out to the highways and make sure all the potholes are taken care of. It's nomads doing that work now. So you guys have been patching this road, and your own crews have been past this gas station several times. And you guys drive up, and there's you turn a bend on the road, and you can see this gas station out ahead of you. And the way the road works is you turn right around a bend, and you continue this kind of switchback situation as the road is climbing up a hill or up a mountain. And this gas station is kind of nestled into the side of that mountain. So the picture I have shared with you all is of the station itself. I'm sorry it looks like it's on like a plains. It's not. It's actually butted up against a rather steep hill as part of a as part of a low mountain here in the kind of western mountain range of California. And so behind this gas station, you would see a hill instead of this beautiful desert cloud situation. But all the graffiti you're seeing here is what's popped up on this gas station. And the road kind of winds past it, and you can see where there used to be gas pumps there. Those have all been ripped out long ago, and you can see this like kind of rickety fence with some barbed wire off to the right-hand side. And it's kind of encasing what you imagine to be an employee parking or just loose junk area back behind the gas station proper. But otherwise, the station looks completely boarded up with all this graffiti all over it. And from this side of the road, there's nothing there. It's just a box, really. They obviously used to be a gas station. And I'm going to presume that once you guys get it in line of sight, go ahead and make some perception checks for me, everyone. If any of you have bonuses to perceptions because of your special abilities, like Blue Lotus, add your reconnaissance to your perception.
So it's perception, reconnaissance, and
intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yep. Oh, Silas with the 1. Roll again to see how bad it is. Dexy, nice. Okay.
27?
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, 27.
Awesome.
I'm gonna say Silas is a little nervous about the prospect of seeing stacks of body parts.
Sure. So yeah, as soon as you
Go
see the
on,
gas
Ash.
station, you're just flooded with this imagined image of what's going on inside of it. It looks super unassuming, right? And it's just so off-putting for Silas that you're kind of just looking at the road ahead of you.
I mean, he's been through that stash of like old video recordings that they have at the camp to watch in spare time. And, like all the zombie ones, they all start with places like that.
Yes, unassuming gas stations. Right, exactly. So Dexy and Blue Lotus, both of you note that this gas station again looks deserted completely, but I will say that you notice kind of from where you're at, you can see where the drive to the backside of the gas station is, and you can see some deep troughs in the ground where a vehicle must have driven through there, at least since the last rain, right? Which would have been, I don't know, earlier this week. And so you know that someone has been here relatively recently, within the last week at least, based on just what you guys see. Unfortunately, Blue Lotus, from where you are, you gave an awesome roll there. 27 is pretty amazing in Cyberpunk Red. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say this is kind of a hilly area. If I could, I was already going to ask for a perception check, but like, kind of look out away from the gas station and see if anybody's watching it.
Great. Yeah, so with that 27, you scan the horizon. It doesn't appear like anybody's watching it right now. However, way to your, I'm going to say north, this mountain slowly rises up. Way off to your north, you just barely spot a person on horseback. They're on a brown and white spotted horse, and they're slowly walking away from you, or the horse is. And you see this person is riding the horse at a leisurely pace, headed north away from you.
Got a cowboy out here. I say out loud, can I get a better view with them with my sniper scope?
Yeah, so yeah, you bring up some sort of optics, right? Yeah, so you bring up your scope, and do you have just the scope, or do you raise the rifle with the scope already attached?
Just the scope.
Okay, cool. Just as a character thing, I always like to know. So yeah, you pull up the scope, you glass them.
I am not my brother.
Yeah. So yeah, you glass them real quick, and it looks like a Lobos Phantasmos, and he is kind of ambly moving away from this area. He's not near the top of his mountain. He's staying at a certain elevation, just kind of going along. And before too long, you see him like kind of disappear into some brush, and then reappear for a second, and then disappear into some brush, just kind of as he's ambling along. Doesn't even seem like he's noticed you guys. So he's not being especially stealthy, but you catch him, that large horse moving across the land, and you spy the guy.
Do I know this dude?
You don't know him. You know of the family. You know of that tribe, and they are like legit Native Americans that are living out here in the mountains of California. But you don't know this person, no.
Okay. Got a guy on a horse going away from us. Don't see anything else around here.
So, I mean, we gotta go inside.
Yeah, it's best if you guys go around the left side. No reason to go through the fence.
I
Is there anything on the right side there for the fence? Or?
No.
So you guys can see on the right-hand side, the fence does have an opening on the right-hand side before it butts into the hillside or into the rising mountain behind it. Yeah, Garrus went through that once before.
Yeah,
I already went on the right side and learned everything there.
all right.
Lots of rusty metal and needs for tetanus shots. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Which none of you have, by the way. None of you have your tetanus shot. That's not a thing that happens anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's not great.
Vaccines?
Yeah.
It's not great.
I figure with Dexy's family background, there probably was a whole bunch of like, you can't have vaccines. None of the children did.
Oh God, yes. Dexy's family is anti-vax. Great.
Great.
So Blue Lotus, I will also tell you with that roll, there is a really nice perch up on the hill that could look down to the backside of this gas station. It's got like 3 big rocks, boulders, really. It would be a really nice spot for you to nestle into with a couple of ways out. Just as your perception gives you spy not only the guy on the horse walking away in this gas station, but you also spy, hey, actually, if I wanted to watch the gas station, I would probably want to be there or maybe over there in this big cusp of like shrubbery and low trees and that kind of thing on this mountain.
How far away? Like, how long would it take for me to travel there?
Yeah, you'd have to kind of scramble up this side of the road you are on the right-hand side. Might be a little difficult to get up there. But once you're up there, it levels off, and you'd be able to make it over there in probably 40 minutes.
Okay.
Just with the rough terrain, kind of going up and down elevation to get to that spot.
Got a couple places I could watch from. Would take a while to get there. Should probably stay with y'all for a while.
That or we got comms.
Up to you if you want someone to watch.
It's up to you. I mean, I ain't seen too much trouble here before.
You looking a little green around the gills there, brother?
Be all right.
Uh,
A lot of that going around recently. That's a bad omelet.
Bad.
is it day or night?
It's late morning. You guys all had a kind of a morning brief with Garrus and headed right out. So yeah, it's bright and getting brighter throughout the day.
All right. Don't get into too much trouble. I'm gonna go on up there.
All right. Radio if you see anything.
Okay, have fun.
Same.
All right, Blue Lotus, give me an athletics check to scramble yourself up this hill. It's going to be athletics plus dex.
15.
15.
9
All
to
right.
6.
Good. So it takes you a little bit of effort to like get the right handholds and all that good stuff, but you're up there and you're ambling along, and you all on the road can see Blue Lotus up there with her rifle and all of her stuff, and looks like she's good to go. She's on the path to get to her spot if you all want to walk up or drive up to this gas station.
I definitely want to stealth when I can, David.
Yeah. That's a great point. So you're up here. Let's go ahead and establish your stealth right now. So recon are amazing at stealth because you get your stealth, you get dex, and you get your reconnaissance all together as part of your hide.
28.
28. Good stuff. So yeah, you are a ghost. You guys on the road lose sight of Blue Lotus every so often, and she like has to make effort for you to see her on your trek up to this gas station. Well done, Blue Lotus.
Dexy will probably comment. There was a lot of effort to not have to haul bodies.
Does he comment over the comms or just the guys?
I don't know. I don't think he intentionally goes over the comm. But he might.
Great. That's great. Okay, so you guys make it up towards this gas station, and it's as you can see in this photo. I mean, you can see where there used to be pumps. A couple of different stands are still standing. You've got this boarded up thing facing you, and then you've got this fence off to the right, leading up into the hill. And then behind the gas station is again this rise. As you see Blue Lotus, she's in her position. Just so I know, Heather, did Blue Lotus end up at the rocks where she has like hard cover, or did she end up at the trees where she has concealment?
What gives
She
me
has,
the best...
she has great stealth. You know, she feels very comfortable here. It's not likely that she's going to be seen at the rocks. tactically, the rocks are probably the better bet because you have hard cover on a couple of sides if anything were to ever go down.
What gives me the best view of the roads and the gas station?
Yeah.
Like, can I see where they're gonna go in at the back?
Yes,
Or
I'm going to
where
say
they're gonna go in at?
from both those vantages, you can see the back of the gas station. I'll say from the trees, you'd have a slightly better view at the road coming from the other way. You know, so like the road from where you all came, you're going to have a pretty good view no matter which way you go. But the trees have a slightly better view north and east. So you can, you know, from the trees, you might get another couple of seconds of, I mean, honestly, if a vehicle's moving at speed, it's going to give you a couple of seconds of notice by being up at those trees. Now that's a combat round, which could really matter, but you know, just so you know, kind of what you're dealing with.
I want to watch the road.
Okay.
Anywhere I can see the road.
Cool. So you head up to the trees, and again, this is like dull tan shrubbery and low bristly trees, and you get up in there, and there's a bunch of like thorny vines and stuff like that, and you cut those away just so they're not bothering you, and you make yourself a little perch, little listening post, outpost, observation post kind of thing.
Flower in a tree.
That's right. Exactly. Go ahead and give me your perception while you're up here doing your recon.
So perception and recon and intelligence.
Correct. Yeah, you guys are really good at this very specific thing.
That's what I'm built for.
Yeah.
25.
25. Okay, great. So yeah, you're up here. From this vantage, you kind of know where that rider is. You can't see him. You remember roughly where he's at, and you kind of look over in that direction, and you can't make him out.
Okay.
But you're listening, and it sounds clear. You're hearing birds chirping, right? Which is kind of the first indicator that everything's fine from that perspective, is that you've got animals out and about doing their thing. They're quiet right where you are, but out on the hillside, all the animals are doing animal things.
Okay.
All right, so you guys on the gas station. It kind of feels like Garrus, you're kind of nonchalant about this. Are you just walking straight up to the gas station? And Dexy, Silas, what are y'all's? Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Roland.
Wait,
I'm in a mosey on up there.
Okay.
just before we, what exactly? Just to don't take us. What exactly is our objective with these? Like here, like to go in, because it feels like tire tracks might be a better lead than what's inside. But I know we got to go inside. Don't get me wrong. Just what's the plan?
Go inside. There's bodies, and we need to do something with the bodies. So yeah, we should figure out what that something is.
Y'all might want to rub some Vicks vapor rub above your nose so you don't smell too.
This game's sponsored.
What are we
by
doing with
Vicks
the
Vapor Rub.
bodies? Is my real question. Are we just leaving them there? Or are we gonna bury them? Or what's the idea here?
Well, I mean, we could just burn the bodies.
That's fair. It's a bit less muscle work. We buried a fella last week, or a few days ago, I guess. Another net runner. If any of y'all know about Bug Zapper. Burning them's fine. Better than leaving them there. All right, let's get to it then. It's mass.
Is that over comms? I'm really. I have a question.
Yeah, it'd be open comms.
Yeah.
Do we know that the gas has been all pumped out from this gas station before you go lighting things on fire?
I like where your head's at. Would have been fun.
We just won't.
I'm
just
sorry.
Distance, that's fine.
Well, we could use the gas, I would think.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know shit all about how gas stations work, so not really my purview, sis.
It's above Silas's pay grade.
I have a tech of 2, thank you very much.
I mean, this place been banned for a while. Don't see no pumps.
Yeah, it stands to reason that in the last 25 years since the Fourth Corporate War and all that kind of stuff, there would have been plenty of opportunity for folks to come along and siphon as much as they could get out of the tanks down below. But you never know. You guys didn't check last time. You didn't have the time to or the equipment to. So it's
So in
yeah.
I still don't think we have equipment.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have brought the equipment to do this. I don't think you guys brought any pumps, hand pumps, or mechanical pumps, or any of that kind of stuff. So Dexy, you were about to say something?
My question was like, thinking way back to when I had read 2020, the original stuff. Like they had moved from like gas to like a synthetic fuel or something.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Was this like a synth fuel station, or was
Yes.
this like before that?
Yes, no, this was a synth fuel station where you got, I think it was called Choo, CHOOH or something like that.
Yeah,
and it was like
Chew or something. Yeah,
it's a really high octane agricultural based product where they grow specific plants and those plants get refined down into a fuel that's so good that you can power VTOLs, which back in the 2020 days, those were, levitating flying cars, and they needed a really high-end gas in order to do that. And that's what that stuff was. And so this would have been a Chew station. Yeah.
Okay, it's recent enough that somebody would have been.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, this was for the fuel they stopped using 70 years ago.
Oh, right. Yeah, good question. Yeah, no, this would have been the right kind of gas for the vehicles that you all drive. Because all your vehicles are still on that fuel type.
I mean, the least amount of equipment you would need is like a garden hose, and you just try and siphon it out. But that takes some work.
You need a pump.
To get it out of underground tanks, it would take probably
to get to the...
a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the problem is your lungs don't have enough suction to get fuel from an underground tank. So you guys would need a hand pump at least, or a mechanical pump. You guys, if we want to retcon and say that you guys brought a hand pump, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you guys having a hose and a hand pump to see if there's some extra fuel down there. I'm totally okay with that. You guys are nomads. You guys would have like siphoning gas from the world. The tribe would be okay with and have the tools for that. Like I'm not going to make you guys roll for that.
Conveniently here in my fanny pack, I just have to
just a little.
I put one under the seat.
It could just be, it could just be in the truck.
Yeah, we can take a look on our way out
Perfect.
once we're done here, but let's get these pieces in the ground, I guess, or burn, rather.
All right. So you guys are on the gas station kind of figuring that stuff out and making plans for what to do with the gas afterwards. And you're all up closer to these tracks now, and you can see it's heavy tires dug a deep division in the gravel leading up to behind this gas station. Looks like it stopped right outside the back door. You can see hanging from the back door is a security camera that's like twisting in the wind. It's like one of those black dome security cameras. You're not supposed to see which direction it's pointed, but like right now the dome is pointed kind of towards the wall of the gas station, and every time the breeze goes by, it kind of sways a little bit and twists a little bit. Looking past the gas station in that fenced-in area, you can see where there's a pile of old wood and a pile of tires and looks like some scrap metal, some stuff that a scrapper would like. Probably the tribe would probably want to grab some of this stuff and see if it could salvage a lot of it, but a lot of it's pretty rusted over out here.
So. The tracks don't look like that fancy corp truck.
Oh, good question. Yeah, you check this out. These are not like half track. So these aren't like tank treads or the treads that were on that truck. These are tires. Look like they're big tires. four-wheeler, or not four-wheeler, four-wheel drive style, big knobby tires would have made these, and a heavy vehicle. That's the important thing here.
Is it like a
Are we able to
Vinton
tell it
truck
all, like-
size or?
Go ahead, Dexy.
Go ahead. I was going to try to ask where'd my question go? If you were able to tell, like, if it was a vehicle where it's just like kind of one pair in each axle, or like has like multiples in some places, or
Yeah, I mean, it probably
does it
turned.
look like the tires that would be on a fire truck?
Oh yeah, yeah. I like your thinking here. So I'm going to say, yeah, they would have had to turn around at one point. Go ahead and give me perception checks for all of the three of you that are here. Go ahead and give me perception checks. And as you're investigating, well, what the vehicle type this could have been. Silas, 15, okay. Dexy with the 10. Dexy, roll again to see how much higher you go, because 10s explode. Nice. 28 total. Okay, cool. So Roland and Silas, you're both like, okay, this looks like a four-wheeled vehicle. I'm going to say with those numbers, this is a four-wheeled vehicle. Okay. Dexy, though, man, you're looking at this and there's something weird about this. Just kind of strange. And you figure out the tracks coming in look balanced. They're heavy, left and right. The tracks, when they do the turn, it's obvious that the weight is all on the driver's side. And the reason why it looks balanced coming in and out is because they perfectly put their wheels down the exact same line that they went on the way in, as they on the way in and on the way out, the exact same line was driven. And so it looks like balanced weight left and right. But in the turnaround, you can tell that the driver's side was especially heavy. And the passenger side was kind of hanging on for dear life, honestly, when it comes to weight distribution. Probably a pickup truck with big wheels.
Explain that to everybody in a way that Dexy can do better than.
You explain away.
Knowledge shared.
Yes, exactly. Exposition has happened. Yeah, and this door looks shut. Last time it was damaged, and it looks like there's still damage on the frame of this door, but it has been shut. So I think, Garrus, you guys had like shot it or kicked it. You kicked it and like damaged the door frame a little bit on the way in. That damage is still there, still present, but you can see the door has been pulled too, and it's fully sealed in there again. Even though the damage was pretty extensive, they've been able to shut the door without having to actually repair the whole thing.
Okay.
So somebody's been here since y'all did?
Well, it looks like somebody came back.
Garrus, you remember y'all left
Anything
the
to
door
burn.
open on your way out.
Yeah, we left this thing open when we left, and Zorn left his little mark there about major laser.
Oh, that's right. On the door, on the door, spray painted is Major Laser was here in black spray paint. It still says that. It still says Major Laser was here. I forgot all about that. Thank you.
All right, then Silas is going to draw his hand cannon.
Okay.
Maybe a little caution.
Yeah, curious if whoever was out here was picking up or dropping off.
Yep.
Let's go find
All
out.
right, who's in first?
Yeah, who's hitting the door? Who's gonna open that door?
Nose goes.
Yeah, one, two,
rock,
three,
rock,
shoot.
rock,
Yes.
paper, scissors.
I don't know how we're gonna rock paper scissors without video. You guys just pick somebody to go through that door.
All right, fuck it. Silas.
I love it, Silas. All right.
With the gun.
So you're looking at this door. It looks, man, like when they pulled this shut, like the door frame is kind of messed up, and it looks like they pulled it and kind of like wedged it in there. So how do you want to try and open this door? It's one of those, think of it like a metal frame, metal door, like the back of a, store, right? If you're like thinking of like retail, there's always that big metal door in the back. That's what you're looking at.
Oh, I got my scope on this shit.
Oh yeah, you're watching like with a camera feed. Like I'm gonna get him making an ass of himself.
I'm kicking it down.
All right, give me an athletics.
Kicking it down with the gun out. Athletics. Ooh, I have that. That's something I had.
Tell you what, I'll let you throw in your body or dex. So if you want to like hit it on just the right spot, is dex. If you want to like just with sheer muscle power, do body.
Dex is higher, so that'd be plus 14 for that.
Woot.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, you give this a huge kick, and Katrina, Blue Lotus is there with like the slow-mo on filming, and you watch as Silas's foot lands against where the door lock should be, and just he lunges himself backwards as the door stays solid. And like kind of almost falls on his ass, but doesn't quite, and you know, Silas, you just kicked a brick wall, and there was no give on that door.
Something right.
I snicker over the comms.
You're looking at this. Those of you with high education, Brent, does
Did you giggle there?
Yeah, everybody just giggled. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll just give this to you, Garrus, because you've got a pretty good education. This door is like wedged shut. Like the door was pulled to, and they must have used a lot of force in closing this door because the frame doesn't really fit the door anymore. And now that it's there, it is like, I mean, it's crazy solid. The hinges probably don't do anything anymore. It's just, it's like the sofa stuck in the hallway situation, where it's just like firmly stuck by just the structure of this door frame is just wedging this door closed.
I have a question.
I gotcha.
Your question, Ethan.
Would it damage a vibro knife if I put it in the metal and just kind of?
Yeah, you could definitely give that a go.
Is that what a vibro knife is for, right? Like,
yeah, so yeah, you could kind of cut through the armor, let's say, of the door or the door frame with your knife.
Yeah, like I'm just kind of curious, like if I just cut the hinges,
yeah,
you know, like to see, just out of curiosity.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the hinges are on the inside. I think is how delivery doors are, but you know where they are in that frame. So do you want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, I just cut even just to see if I could go through the door or if there's like more reinforcement behind it and let me know.
Yeah, so let's just roll damage. Let's just roll damage on you getting your knife in there and through that first hinge. Let's see if you can bust that first hinge.
2d6.
Nice. Okay, good. So yeah, you get the knife like in. This thing is wedged tight. And so you cut through the metal and get it in and on that thing. And you feel like if you spend some time on this, you could wedge a gap with your knife. It's going to be a little bit of a project, but yeah, this is something that you could do to get enough gap in here. You're really just cutting metal away. It's not even about the hinges at this point. It's just getting enough gap in the door between the frame to let this thing budge. But you feel like if you spend some time,
like a human-shaped hole in the door.
Yeah, just like a Jedi with his lightsaber. But yeah, you could do it. It's just going to take you a bit of effort.
Anybody got a better idea before I waste time doing that?
There a crowbar in the truck.
Yeah, you guys would have a crowbar and all that kind of stuff. When you watch how he puts this knife in, the knife has a really sharp blade, and it's designed to cut through armor, designed to cut through metal very effectively. And it's effort, right? So a crowbar that's not even that cool is not going to do you much good. But this vibro knife is a solid. Was there another
door off like the fenced-in yard side?
No, you go around. It's all boarded up. But remember,
like just storage kind of stuff.
Well,
behind the wood plates, there is probably some kind of entrance.
Yeah, would his knife work better through the wood?
Sure. Yeah, it would just go through wood. I wouldn't even make you roll.
All right, that sounds easier. Let's go.
Okay, you guys go back around to the front side.
I round to the front.
Cool. You guys go to the front side, and you start working your blade through. I'm gonna say it takes you a couple of cuts. You cut away some of this. Looking at this graffiti, where do you want to cut? We've got the blue lady. We've got some really nicely detailed faces.
Where would the door be? Or is there like not even a door on the front? Is it like that kind of?
Well, this was a gas station that people used to go into, but you can tell there's like wood slats up. So you can't see where the door was, but it's got to be on this side of the gas station, you know.
I pick the most obscene graffiti to cut away.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'm going to say that somewhere on this wall there's some really obscene stuff. And you cut that away, and you've got yourself a little memento of the most obscene crap that you can find out here.
Oh, that's kindling. Later.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
it's not to keep.
Okay,
that's kindling.
You set that aside, and you're looking at like the glass wall for this gas station. It's got some holes in it. Looks like some gunshots at some point came through here and opened up holes in this glass. It stinks, man. Now that you're in here and you've cut away this wood, what was a dull stench earlier is now a pungent stench. But yeah, just to your right, as you're in here looking around, just to your right is the door to this gas station. And it's that glass door with the crash bar that you'd expect to see in a gas station.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, yeah, you open that part up,
Work on getting that.
and you cut basically these faces away, and you've got this door. It's chained shut, but your vibro knife doesn't take much time to saw its way through the chain. It takes a little bit of effort. We would have had to roll, but I'm not going to make us work through that. So you get the chain off, and you now have an open gas station.
All right, gun time.
Yeah.
Gun time. Well, I mean, was anything moving inside when I was like peeking in and looking around and stuff?
Great question. You look inside.
Yeah.
It's you've got the light coming in behind you. It's dusty windows, so it's kind of hard to peer in. You can see nobody shot you. That's right. Nobody shot you. But you can see like some shapes, some kind of dark shapes on what must have been the old counters and the old shelving systems. You can see some like dark forms in there. You're kind of looking in, and it's just you can barely see just through all the dust and stuff that's on this glass. But do you open the door to get a better look?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you open this door, and light pours in now, unobstructed by dust and all that kind of stuff. And in here is a relatively clean tile floor. The old mat is still here. It's all matted and gross looking, but it's there. And as you look around, you've got right in front of you is a couple of the old stands for candies and all that kind of stuff, soda. Just the old merchandise stands, and it looks like they've been formed into kind of a U. And you're at the bottom end of the U, and those stands are probably right up to nose height for Silas. So the tops of them are nose height. You can't really see what's in the middle of the U just now, but you can see that you're looking at the back end of this of these stands, and you can tell they've been moved.
So like not the opening of the U, but the
bottom
other side.
Yeah. So immediately across from Silas is this shelving system, and you can tell that the shelving, runs deeper into the gas station, and the top of the U, or the open end of the U, faces what you imagine is the back door to the gas station. And you can kind of see some like the refrigerator doors, the old glass refrigerator doors. You can see over to the left-hand side a counter where the attendant used to sit. At the counter has stuff on it. You can't really see what's all is over there, but it definitely has some stuff on it.
Yeah, so I'll also just be like, if y'all's in here, speak now.
Quiet.
I got an itchy trigger finger.
Gun out or gun holster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, gun's out.
All right, cool. So you don't hear any response.
All right. They either ain't here or they're stupid.
Who's going in first?
What's the plan, Sheriff?
Just what's the plan? Well, I hadn't seen danger in here before, so I mean, I get your flashlights out and get ready to see some horrible things.
All right. Go ahead and give me perception checks as you're all standing here, kind of gauging where you want to go and what you want to look at as you're busting out your flashlights and all that good stuff. So the three of you here, give me perception checks. Dexy, good.
I'll take it.
Cool. Awesome. So Dexy and Silas, Roland, you're all looking in. You've got your flashlights out. You're starting to peer around. And on the walls, you can see like tools. You can see the walls have been replaced with whatever merchandise used to be on the walls is now there's like hooks and things holding on to tools that are either dangling or laid out across. And these are this looks like a workshop of some kind. But Silas and Roland with that 17, you guys notice that there's just a bare metal wire along the bottom of this door frame. You know, about a foot or so off the ground.
Watch your step, boys. Might be a trap there.
Yeah, I'm guessing from the wedge door, whoever is about here wasn't too happy.
Yeah, they don't seem to be too happy we found their honey hole.
All right, step over, I guess.
Yep.
Would be the move.
Cool. So you step over the wire, get in, and you kind of follow where that wire goes. On the left-hand side are 3 grenades that are hooked up to this wire. On the right-hand side is a shotgun with the wire holding onto the trigger. Shotgun's about body height, and the grenades look like they would just fall on the ground right there.
Is that like a tech thing to disarm that? Because if so, I'm not gonna touch it. But
I mean, do we have any wire cutters?
I'm sure you guys do.
That's a 50-50 shot on triggering it or disarming it, depending on how they got it set up.
I mean, if
Go ahead and give me a tech roll. If you guys are looking at this and wanting to disable the trap, give me a tech roll.
Is the tech roll to think about it or to actually try something?
I'll say to think about it, because I never heard you guys say I want to do it.
I'll make that roll.
Am I able to? If they're talking about it and tell me about it, am I able to make that?
Yeah, if you guys describe it over comms.
Ooh,
Dexy.
He's got something going
Dexy,
on there.
man, with the 10.
Okay, I did about as good as I could have done.
Yeah.
Without explosions, so.
Okay, 20 for Dexy.
Yeah, 20.
Silas, yeah, even as good as you are, man, on that roll, it's like, it's just like, this all looks like death to you.
He's still like 50-50, I'm getting blown up in one way or another, so.
Yep.
I'm not going to touch it.
Yep.
And Dexy looked at it, he's like, oh yeah, when the kids used to have bullies following after them, they would try to wire the thing up like 4, kind of grown up, and
Yep.
if you do come over here and snip the thinger, then...
Yeah, so you all are discussing this. Blue Lotus, you're in on the discussion too. And this is one of those traps where, just looking at it, if this goes loose at all, you see the wire is being held at this height just over a couple of like nails, with like the heads sheared off. So as you walk through, the wire would just go slack as you came off of it, and that would set off the whole trap. So the tension is keeping it active right now. The best course of action is to go to either weapon and disable the weapons instead of messing with the wire.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
yeah, if we cut whatever's on the trigger, then the trigger won't go off. Like, is that the idea?
Yeah. So as long as it stays taut, you're okay.
Yeah.
You don't know how much pressure it needs, but it needs pressure. And looking at these weapons, you know, with a roll like 20, you probably could disable it. Or you could just pass over it and leave it be.
I'm thinking we could probably use a few grenades or a shotgun. Could be handy.
Never hurts to have a couple grenades on hand.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. So you guys go over and look at these grenades. These are like old school frag grenades. Like pre-corporate war. Pre-corporate war frag grenades. This is like low-tech stuff. All the pins have been removed, but they're being held in the like don't actually go off position. You know, the little spring release, the dead man release, is being held shut by this tight wire. And so, you know, if you keep that taut, you can keep those grasps down while you get the pins back into them. And this is so old, you guys have probably not seen these grenades before. You've heard of them, you know how they work because there's so much like old world media about this stuff, like pre-corporate war stuff. But I mean, this is like almost purposefully low-tech stuff, if that makes sense.
Whoever set this up, did they leave the pins laying around?
Not that you see, not just laying there.
Any wire racks around?
Yeah, you kind of glance around a little bit, and you know, on that counter. Yeah, so on that counter over there, you see some thick gauge wire, a spool of it.
Homemade pins.
Homemade pins.
Okay. You go over there, cut off a couple of lengths of wire that you can use.
Twist them up.
Yep. Go back over there, and you very carefully. Who's going to do this? It's going to be a tech roll to safely insert these pins.
I'm at +7 for it. I don't want anybody else.
Yeah, it's gonna be a basic tech. It's gonna be a basic tech to put these back together.
2.
5.
And nothing in basic tech.
So Silas should not be doing this. You probably should have even gone and cut the wire.
Silas is. I'm just twisting up pins, man. I can handle that, I think.
I think it sounds like Dexy's on point for
with Dexy's instruction, Silas's hands. I'm very dexterous, you know.
Yeah. All right. So Dexy, Silas hands you these twisted up pins. You kind of straighten them out a little bit because he'd messed them up, and you're looking at them. You're looking at these grenades. You're gonna need a 13 to safely put these grenades back safe.
You got any luck, Dexy?
Could people?
Oh yeah, that's exactly where I was headed.
Could people get outside
while EOD is doing its job?
I'm just saying, it may be smart. Sorry, Dexy.
No, smart is not usually attached to things. Yeah. No, I will. Yeah.
I mean, as long as you got a firm grip on the spoon, there shouldn't be too much danger.
There's 3 of them.
No, there's 3. Yeah, I just gotta.
We do one at a time. We do one at a time. You don't have to do all of them at once.
And make sure I'm leaned back far enough that if the shotgun goes off, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's. Yeah, I will take the improvised pins and maybe recommend y'all stand outside and off to the side for a second. And I will get to work doing.
I also pat Dex on the shoulder and be like, "Nice knowing you, bud."
It's like getting ready to start. It's like, oh my god.
Good luck, Dexy.
Yeah, I'll spend 2 luck for that too.
Good job.
Okay, so you need to roll a 4.
Please do good.
60% chance. We got it.
Hey!
That's good.
16.
It hung up for a second before it showed me the number. It's like, oh no.
Awesome.
I was doing that too. It's like rolling the dice and it sits there for like a hot second.
Yeah. All right. So Garrus and Silas, you guys all get outside and you really can't see Dexy in there anymore, right? You're all outside of this gas station. You're kind of looking. You know that he's right there. but you're all outside of what you imagine to be the blast radius of grenades, which is, a fair distance away. And Dexy, it's hot in here, it's sweaty, and you're fucking panicked.
Smelly.
It's awful in here, and you very carefully get the first pin in, and then you move over and you work on the second pin, and it's kind of sticks a little bit more than the first one does, and you wipe the sweat away and put some of the sweat on the pin or something to help lubricate the whole thing, and very carefully it just gently slides in, and you have to give it a little bit of a wiggle, which is terrifying because you have this third grenade that's like ready to go, but you have to give it the wiggle
right there.
Yeah, to get it in. And then that third grenade is like, well, you got the first two, they're safe now, right? And so you like grab the third grenade with some gusto, and like for a hot second remember, oh yeah, the shotgun. And so you're wait, less gusto to grab this third grenade, and you very carefully get that third pin in, and now you've made all the grenades safe. So good on you. And after many, many moments, way too long, y'all see Dexy's like maybe a little wave or something. How does Dexy signal that he's safe?
Just one thumbs up goes out the doorway.
Good.
Our man gets a drink when we get back to camp.
Good work, Dexy.
Is he gonna take care of the shotgun too?
I mean, honestly, at this point, we can just all stand back and let the shotgun shoot.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a waste of good ammo there.
I mean, that's fair, but
Dexy, what would you like to do? You're inside.
I'll
These two are having this conversation outside. Maybe over comms.
I'll try to unhook the.
Okay, this one's a lot less terrifying. So this one will be just a DC 10.
This one you stand,
you
so
can
it's not going to
stand
be
behind
facing
it.
you. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you will be safe. It's just a question of does the thing go off or not. Okay.
all right.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, with the 17 plus whatever extra you got, you roll and you get behind the shotgun and you make the shotgun safe. And as you're doing it, you notice a little thing on the butt of the shotgun, and you touch it. And it's like a little rubber nub, and because you did so well, you move the butt of the shotgun has a little chamber in it. And you slide down the door for this chamber. You just very quickly assess this. The shotgun is safe already. You look, and inside the butt of this shotgun is a little teeny tiny transmitter. A little teeny tiny thing, and that little nubbin was the antenna for that transmitter. The transmitter has not gone off. But it is alive. It is working.
We don't have Netrunner. We don't have.
Right.
Yeah, I mean.
It's now that you're in here, you can look at it. It wouldn't be too much to take out the battery, or anything like that. It looks like it's hooked up to it's got like a little accelerometer on it to just see, did the shotgun go off? Okay, great.
If it generated enough force that it was recoiled and some radioed that something had happened.
Right.
Yeah,
with a roll like that, dude,
try
I'm just going to give that to you. That they were.
I'll try to pop the battery out of that then.
Cool. Yeah. And very simply, I mean, they never anticipated anybody looking in the shotgun, right? So it wasn't like this was super fancy tech or any of that kind of stuff.
Through the door that is trapped and covered over by sand. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And now that you're in here, you're at a better vantage point because you're by the shotgun. You can look down and you can see that the door that leads into the back room is similarly trapped. There's another set of grenades and shotgun. But over there, you can see there's these holes in the wall that are like very small, where if you were dexterous enough, you could get in through that hole and disarm those traps from the other side.
Right.
Just
that one opens inwards, and even opening the door shoved it in.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, so you're looking at that whole situation back there, and it's like, cool, this guy's an asshole. Got it.
So 10-foot pole rules apply for everything. Poke it for you. Man.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, we're clear. We're clear for the door, at least. This door, at least. This side of this door.
So you mean there's another door?
Well, looks like they did the same thing in the back. So.
Yeah. And maybe I should draw out this gas station a little bit. Tell you what, I'm gonna take over just a little corner of this thing. Actually, it's kind of a time waster, but I'll do it anyway. So gas station is a box. You guys have come in through the door. You've got this U of shelves, and you've got this back door situation over here, and the back door behind the gas station is right here. Does that make sense? You've got this like...
so to get behind the freezers, like to stock the freezers, that's what that second door is.
Right, and that second door is trapped. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So you guys kind of come in. Oh yeah, and let me draw the counter for the attendant. You guys come in. This room, now that you're looking inside the U, is obviously not a surgical suite, but a table that's been set aside, and there's tools and implements and blood all over the floor, all over the table. There's no pieces in here, but
have you considered just burning the whole place down?
As you look at these shelves, the three of you look at these shelves, you've now got it. Neatly arranged on all of these shelves are cybernetics. You've got opticals, you've got pneumatics, you've got arms that have compartments for guns. You've got a whole bunch of stuff, and it looks like that counter where where you had those other tools, this was a little cybernetics workbench where they would break down cybernetics, and there's just tons of stuff in this room. You've got a leg. You've got, I mean, there's a lot of parts in here. Some of them have been broken down. Some of them are still in their full unmessed with state. They've clearly been removed from somebody, but they have not been broken down. So you've got like an eyeball over here, a cyber eye over here. You've got some cyber audio stuff. You've got some, looks like you've got some segments of skin weave. You've got like a torso and some legs worth of skin weave over on one of these shelves, like maybe over in this corner. So you've got a lot of pretty cool cybernetics in this room.
So these clearly look like what was it? Was it Grayware or Graytech? Used cybernetics.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah. Like not even properly cleaned yet. Yeah. So you can see like bits of rotten flesh on them and things like that.
So I was curious if this looked more like somebody was maybe sawing off legs to replace them, or if it was more like they're sawing off legs because the extra leg just happened to be there, like they're just breaking bodies down and taking cybernetics.
And all these shelves in here are meticulously organized. Like there's the cyber eye section, there's the skin weave and body armament section, and there's some rollerblades, some cybernetic rollerblades over in one corner. So I mean, there's a lot of interesting things here, and it's all been categorized, and everything has its place.
Oh man!
So Garrus, was all this like chop shop action here last time y'all were out here, or?
I don't think we made it this far in.
Okay.
I don't like the idea of, and we already have, but pissing off somebody who does shit like this. I don't.
Well, it's obvious.
Feel good.
Somebody with some medical expertise.
Why don't y'all? Yeah, go ahead.
Can one of you go outside and check and see if you see horse tracks?
Yes,
I'll take a look.
gladly.
Oh, no,
Cool.
Dex
Yeah.
got it. He's earned a break.
Dexy's like, I need out of this room. So you go out the front door because you guys have not messed with the back door trap.
No, we haven't.
So you go out the front door and you start looking around. Go ahead and give me a perception check immediately around the gas station.
Just as a general question, would the family be interested in having any of this stuff, or is this like they're like we're not touching that kind of enterprise?
Yeah, good
Like,
question. Great roll. No horse tracks around here, Dexy.
Okay.
Jesus, a 30.
Yeah, great roll. 30 on the perception check. You are certain there's no horse tracks. There's not even like horse poop in the area, and horses are liberal about that stuff. You know, they don't care.
I don't think horses actually exist based on my research.
Yeah. That's right. I'm pretty sure that species is extinct. So to answer your question, Ethan, absolutely the tribe would want this stuff because in the world of cybernetics, there's all this gray chip stuff where you lose double humanity. If you take the thing and from a dead person and put it in you, you're going to lose double humanity in this world, right? And anybody who's listening at home, this is my house rule, not something that R.Talsorian has said. But a tech can take the cybernetics and break it down to base components, scrub the whole thing, and make something new. They're going to lose some pieces along the way, but they can make things that aren't great chip off of great chip supplies. So it's a question of, well, do you want the cheap thing that's great chip, or do you want the expensive thing that's been remade by, you know, trained techie who really knows what they're doing?
All right.
So all of this is
Well, I
actually
should think
valuable.
Is there many like crates or bags or anything?
Yeah, there are. So this person is again organized, and there is a waste management system, and so there are canvas bags that are out on a shelf over by the back door. These black canvas bags, like tactical bags, big duffels. They're all folded up very neatly, and there's probably 5 or 6 of them there.
At the risk of really pissing this guy off, we might want to load this stuff up, bring it back to camp.
And Garrus, while you're over there, you notice a little log sheet hanging on the wall right by this door.
Okay.
And looking at it, it's not even all that tough to discern the schedule of this guy. Looks like he comes here about once a week. And, you know, he details a couple of things here and there, like how much material he got and that kind of stuff. It's not like an inventory, but it is like here the 2nd of May, a long day, a lot of material, right? Here the 10th of May, quick day, not much to be said, not much to be spoken for, kind of thing.
Okay.
Where the hell is he getting these things from?
That would be.
Can
good
I
to
can
know.
I hazard a guess?
Can I discern on through the schedule when his last time was there and when he might be coming next?
Super, yeah. The last log was 3 days ago.
And what was the gap between the previous?
Like 2 days after your last visit here.
Okay, so he might be
be
ready.
back.
He's coming back in like 12 minutes.
We got 5 minutes, y'all.
Well, the good news is this place isn't exactly vulnerable. It seems pretty defensible if we need to.
Well, no, I was thinking we could turn around his booby traps on him. You know, clean house. Move the booby traps away from the holes that he can disarm things at, and maybe take care of him that way.
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, I'm sorry to do this. My dog is begging to be let out. So I know we're only an hour and a half into this, but maybe we take our break now. This is actually our halfway point, as far as I know. So let's take maybe a 10-minute break. Come back at 35. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Chat, we're going to be doing a giveaway. So everybody who's in the chat, if you would like a copy of Legend Keeper, we're going to, let me turn on my little listener here. And what should tonight's word be? What should our keyword be for the day?
Sis.
Spare parts.
Spare parts.
Spare parts.
Great. Tip.
Oh my god.
Or chop shop. Chop shop's a good one.
Stop.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm down for chop shop. If you guys are down for chop shop.
It's the
Okay. 1 second. Let me actually put that in there. So keyword chop shop, all one word. Start listening in chat right now. Okay, cool. All right, so chat, everybody who would like if you would like to be entered in to win a copy of Legend Keeper, which is a campaign tracking, world building tool, put in Chop Shop in the chat. And all right, let's go ahead and go to break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm sorry there won't be any music because I suck. There'll be music sometime when I figure that out.
We'll get this. We need to get this ironed out after the stream.
That's right.
I'll open my OBS and see if I can help you.
Thank you. All right, guys, we will be back. All right, and we are back. Everyone, thank you for those 10 minutes. I'm sorry that you had to watch them in silence. Again, I'm going to work on the audio thing where I can have music. So you have something, human music, like in Rick and Morty. So something for you to listen to while you wait. But we are back, and let us figure out who won our stuff. Awesome. Got a couple of entries. Let's stop listening. Let's roll for Chop Shop. Ethan. All right. You have entered a lot, actually.
I have been fiending after Legend Keeper, but I just,
That's awesome. So I'm going to get you access to the beta key. Cool. That's going to come from Braden over at Legend Keeper. So shoot me the Gmail account you want attached to Legend Keeper.
Cool.
And then you'll be able to invite up to 10 friends to Legend Keeper into your worlds that you make. And that will all be during the during their beta, right? And I think that when he goes to full version, we're going to try and work out something. I don't know what that something is. I know there's a freebie version of Legend Keeper that's going to come out, so the pricing model is going to be there's a free tier. So obviously everybody would have that, but we're going to see if we can't do a little bit more. Braden and I are still talking on that front. But get you beta access right away, and you'll have the ability to make your own worlds and invite up to 10 friends.
Nice.
Yeah, super nice. So thank you, Legend Keeper, for that wonderful thing. So everybody, props to them. Braden over there is like a one-man shop. He's got a friend that's doing the art for him, but it's one programmer making this whole crazy thing. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, good on him. All right, let us get back. Oh, love the YouTube comments. Thanks everybody on YouTube. We are over on Discord is where we run that, or sorry, we're over on Twitch is where we run that giveaway. I'm sorry I didn't make that clear before the break. But here we go. So, yes, you guys have found this. In Cyberpunk, this would be called chrome ripping. And maybe also flesh ripping. The idea is of like taking people, bringing them to a place, and stealing all their cybernetics. This is a thing that happens. This is a thing that happens in Night City. It was a thing that happened in 2020, frankly, back in the day. It happens.
Is that what Splatoon was doing?
You suspect as much.
Yeah, that's what we...
Yeah, you never saw their base to confirm anything, but their MO...
Kidnapping people with obvious cybernetics. So
right. Right, exactly.
They better not be behind this.
Yeah.
The vendetta continues.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, there's this... this is something that does happen, unfortunately, in the world, where if you have cybernetics and you're undefended, someone could nab you. And so this looks like a chop shop, This looks like a chrome ripping or a flesh ripping shop. Flesh ripping specifically, I think, is when you're taking like organs and body parts, like normal meat and bone, and selling them to parts banks, like body parts banks, which was a thing that used to happen. It happens a lot less now because there are fewer body banks in operation these days.
Good old Dr. Weiss would probably be pretty familiar with that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like y'all's patron, one of the people founding this tribe, Dr. Weiss, he would absolutely know this shit. And probably know people that run body banks and how they go about getting their stuff. Because sometimes it's legit. It's like, hey, I want to get rid of my arm and replace it with cybernetics. Well, then you've got this arm that could totally go to somebody for like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. Plus surgery fees and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of it is totally legitimate, no longer needed body parts. And some of it's, organ donation and that kind of thing. And then there's this whole seedy underbelly of flesh ripping and chrome ripping. So you guys are in a chrome ripping shop without an air conditioner. So
gross.
It's not great.
Why would you?
Yeah.
I imagine whoever does this must be like full on Borg. If they're working in these conditions and it's A-okay.
Or they're bringing an air conditioner with them. You never know.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to meet this guy. We need to meet this guy.
Do we? Do we?
So roll initiative. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are so you're in there and you can see, like I described before, you've got this logbook, you've got these bags, you've got this stuff. And the three of you inside, is Silas and Roland. I'm gonna put all of you in here. And Dexy. You're all in and around this room, kind of scoping it out. And Katrina, you're out there. Blue Lotus is out there doing Overwatch. It's been all quiet out here. I'm sorry that I haven't given her much going on. She's definitely
it's fine.
Yeah, fulfilling a very important role, but it's just quiet out here right now.
Good.
Cool.
I do have for the crew concerns about this guy coming back. And I believe I see Zorn has tagged the back of this door. Is that a problem that we should maybe rectify?
I don't think we like Major Laser very much, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zorn tags pretty much everything he can touch. So, but it's
As
always
long as
with
it's
somebody
being blamed
else's
on
name.
Major Laser.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know the guy personally, but Zorn seems to have an issue, so.
Okay.
Just support your friends. Yeah.
I guess I
enemy
haven't
of
been
my
talking
friend,
to-
I suppose.
I haven't been talking to Zorn enough because I didn't realize he wasn't Major Laser. Don't tell him
Oh
I
yeah,
said
it's good we got that straightened out now. That would have been a scene.
that.
And that would have been a real awkward conversation.
You're supposed to tell me these things, Silas.
I slipped my mind. I just don't, razor bod, not much for it.
It's all clear out here.
All right. So what are we doing about that back door there? Dex,
Whatever's going to
fingers?
get us out of here soonest. Yeah. I mean, do we want to get back into the stuff back there? I mean, is that? I think back to when I worked in a convenience store. Is that where that
This back wall right here, that's the
that wall? Is that the doors of the?
Yeah, exactly. That's the beer
and
fridge.
then behind it is the if you were going in to restock it from the back kind of thing.
Yeah, so if you I neglected to draw one more door. There is a door right here that is the freezer door, right? Okay. So you get into the back stock area. Right. This little thing right here is like a little crappy office nook, right?
Yeah.
This was one of those gas stations where the bathroom was not inside the gas station, right? Mm-hmm. Like you got to go and ask, and they give you the key, and you go outside, and it's like around the corner, and it's like super sketch.
The key has like a giant boat paddle on it.
Yeah, exactly. or it is a cinder block. It's like a whole thing, and then there's a bunch of drug paraphernalia back in the bathroom, in case you need to borrow a hypo from the floor. And so
that's best place to get them.
That's yeah. So yeah,
it's like the have a penny, need a penny tray. Have a needle.
Dark themes, folks. Dark themes. That's what we're doing today. Okay, so that's great. I love it. Take a penny, leave a penny. Ugh. Okay, so yes.
So yeah,
that's our gas station.
I mean, if we look through the fridge doors, I'm trying to get a Coke. Can we see what's back there in the cooler area?
Yeah, so you go over and you shine your light, and the shelves for the drinks and all that kind of stuff for these doors, most of those have been removed, or shifted in some way. So there's not like how there's the guide for the soda to come down, and you just grab the soda or the beer or whatever. Most of those have been removed or pushed further back into this storage area, and you see those. It's really like those big chrome garage organizers where it's 4 metal posts and a shelf and a shelf and a shelf, right? And you can kind of adjust the heights of all of them. It's like that in the back wall of this thing, and you can see tarped, and one leg sticking out of one of the tarps, and then another couple of tarps later, you can see some hair coming down out of the tarp, kind of thing. Isn't that good? And you can see it. I mean, you're shining
You
your
know.
flashlight. You can tell stuff's going on back there. And if you needed to get back there from here, you could. You could like work your way through all the junk that's in the way. But yeah.
I say we clean this guy out and leave him high and dry.
But we just gonna take the cyberware and he can have his.
Cyberware, burn the parts. Burn the
Do
squishy
any of you
bits.
have cyber tech?
No.
Yes.
Is it a skill?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Cyber tech is a skill under tech. Oh, well, Dexy, this is your game, man. Roll for me a cyber tech as you're looking at this guy's workbench.
$13.
Okay. So looking at this workbench with the hang on.
Did you add your
Your
tech and
stat?
cyber tech? Okay.
Yeah, tech plus. Yeah, that's the right roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
Six tech, 1 cyber tech.
Okay.
So you're looking at all these cyber techs, and you know this workbench where he's breaking things down. It's not like he's taking apart the cybernetics in order to remake new things. There's actually a fair number of spare parts here. It looks like this person, I say this person, it looks like they're taking lubricants, fluids, they're taking power supplies, they're taking the things that keep the cybernetics working. Not necessarily the functions of the cybernetics, the features of the cybernetics, but it looks like they're extracting the stuff that allows it to continue to work, like power supplies and fresh relays and that kind of thing. It looks like this is a spare parts operation. Not like I'm going to make a new cybernetic and I need all these parts to make a new cybernetic, but like I've broken down this cybernetic arm. And out of that arm, I've taken the lubricants, I've taken the power supply, I've taken some various connectors and diodes and that kind of stuff, and I've basically left the rest of the pieces over here. Organized and categorized as this person does. But yeah, it's clear that as you're scanning through this, it's really what you're not seeing. You're not seeing these things, which means that they're taking those things, and they're kind of leaving everything else behind.
Are those things that have like things with like a resale value that like those in particular are special, or is that like?
Yeah, I mean, all of this is resale value. All of this is valuable, and those would be valuable, absolutely. All those power supplies and those sorts of things. As you kind of go through it, the things that are being scavenged, those are they're the things that wear out on cybernetics. They're the things that have a definitive shelf life where you need these items in order to do like long-term basic maintenance of cybernetics.
Could be maybe somebody's got some old chrome.
Yeah, or somebody who's operating a group of people who have Chrome that they need to keep operational.
Do I know of anyone, I guess, that has like an old shop or where this would be of use in some way? Because I've gotten Chrome, so.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. All of you have some Chrome, I think, unless you said I don't want any Chrome. So Silas has. Yeah, you have the earbuds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And so there's definitely there's techs in the tribe, in the family that would want this stuff. Absolutely.
I mean, outside of the tribe.
Oh, right.
Like someone, but like specific. I don't know how to explain it. Like taking care of older stuff that would like trade in these materials.
Yeah, give me your local expert for Westbrook, because you would have known who does cybernetics and who the Ripper docs are.
We're South Night City.
Oh, I thought you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, South Night City. That's you too. So
Mhm.
yeah, give me your local expert for South Night City. And Dexy, you can do the same thing for Westbrook.
Plus,
I was going to say that in Westbrook, there was somebody that we named in a session who
Yes.
deals in cyberware and medical supplies,
Yes.
who might be somebody to ping
Yes.
and be like,
So
hey, what's up?
real quick, Katrina, it's your local expert plus intelligence.
16.
Okay, perfect. So on a 16, yeah, absolutely. There was this gang that you guys were kind of running into a lot. I think they were like the Lone Star or something or another. I forget the name of the gang. West Star, that's right. So the West Star gang, they have a Ripper Doc who absolutely needs this stuff. Is always like, hey, bring me your spare chrome if you find anything out there. Like, I don't care if it's grade chip or what, just bring it on by, and I'm always in the market for that.
Would that be like them in particular, or just as much as any Ripper Doc?
That Ripper Doc was always looking.
Okay.
And you know that West Star has a fair number of chromed out people, so
Could I think of anybody just in this area that runs with a lot of like an above average amount of chrome?
yeah, it's tough. I mean, Shiv Rav, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I mean they're kind of indiscriminate.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, they're kind of indiscriminate with that kind of stuff. What's weird though is the shop, right? This is super isolated. Shiv Rav would do all that at base, They wouldn't need to bring it all out here to do that. That's the problem with.
Could I poke around to find any sort of identifying information, like
Sure.
who this person is?
Yeah, give me
What's itching inside.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a perception as you start just digging through all the shelves and all the stuff and all of that. Okay, not the worst roll you could have done, but close.
Yeah.
So you're looking through like you're going through and you even pop the cash register at one point, ching, as the drawer flies out and old worthless paper money comes out. Or no, actually no money comes out. That's all been taken. But yeah, you're going through here, and I mean, you find personal effects. You find a pair of glasses. You find like an old like walkie-talkie, like old school comms, like big tall antenna style walkie-talkie.
What channel's it set to?
It's set to 13B.
Okay. Mark that down just in case.
Yep.
Got it.
It's off right now.
Last resort, we can just turn on and say, "Hey, jackass." That could be fun.
Anybody else in here want to do a look around while Silas is looking for identifying information?
I don't think I want to look around, but I do. I might try to call Kitchens here.
Okay.
The fixer.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay. Go ahead, Garrus. Dexy, you step outside and make your phone call.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be on like, hey, here I am on FaceTime inside like, abattoir of death.
So
what am I?
So you're rolling your perception plus intelligence to look around. I'll also give you tracking. Even, I mean, you're kind of like in their layer, figuring out where they go within the layer. Any of those two would be fine. Okay, cool. So 13 and a 14. Yeah, you guys are looking around. It's not obvious, at least in this room, it's not easy to find anything that would help you identify this person. But Dexy,
Maybe in that office though.
you go outside, and it's so much nicer outside. Just even minutes within the first minute, it feels so much better. And you ring her up, and after a couple of rings, you hear "Go for Hitchens." Oh, Dexy, you're muted.
Muted.
Knew it was going to happen at least once tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Dexy's like, hey, Gen Z, it's Dexy. Hey, wonder if I could ask you a couple questions.
Dexy.
How's it going?
Hey, we were working on some stuff, and I sent over some pricing. I haven't heard back from you. Is pricing okay for those supplies?
Yes.
All right, good.
I'm pretty sure those are good by the tribe. That looked pretty good,
All right, well, you let me know when you're ready for an order. But you called me for something else.
Yeah. So maybe a weird question. I wondered if you might know anybody.
In the background, you hear it sounds like she's at some place that is getting. You just hear the sound of machinery, like that high-pitched whine of pneumatic drills and things like that. So you just hear this background noise behind her as you're starting to go into your spiel.
I catch you at a bad time.
No. I'm just getting some legs added on.
Cool. That'll be great. Hey, do you know anybody who has been God, what are they doing? Trying to track down a lot of like maintenance supplies for cyberware lately?
Hmm.
I mean, you need some of it for upkeep, but anybody who might be like looking for like a list.
Yeah, there's always kind of a market for the maintenance bits.
Okay.
Out of these things. Let me think on it, Simon. She does her own local expert there in Westbrook. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's this other fixer. Let's call this fixer. Let's call her Ember. There's this other fixer, Ember. She seems to always be pretty hungry for broken down cybernetics, and specifically wanting maintenance supplies. She pays like 2% over market, so she gets a fair bit of business, but she always seems to want more. Ember would be who I'd check in with if I were you.
Okay. Any idea who she might be buying for?
I don't have that now. Hold on a second. Let me think. No, she doesn't run with a gang. Yeah, I don't know who she. I was trying to think of who maybe she could be buying for, but
yeah,
I'm not certain on her.
Okay. Well, I think that helps me out here, But yeah, I think the pricing sheet looked pretty good. I'm actually out here with Silas. I'll get him to come by so we can pick up.
Oh, good. Good. Give him a slap on the ass for me.
Can do.
Okay.
Won't do, but can do.
Right.
All right, yeah, no, I'll get in touch with you when we're coming over to it.
All right,
Make
good.
a bot.
Good. Well, thanks for reaching out. I'm glad things are going well and your ticker's still going.
Yeah. No, you need anything, you give me a call. All right. Nice talking to you. See you.
She
Have a good
hangs up. Like while you're giving your goodbye, she hangs up. And the sounds of whatever pneumatics were running in the background, those all silence.
What are we doing about this back door? Or rather, I guess, what does Dexy find out? Or what's the rub?
Found somebody in the city who might be buying these, could potentially be buying these supplies, buying these kinds of things in mass. Not sure who they might be connected to though. To probably go into town and do some talking to people to find out that. But that could be where some of this is going.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If we don't figure this out, Did Dexy tell us about the little transmitter in the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't bother keeping any of that kind of thing secret. That was weird. That was worth thinking about.
Yeah. Well, if whoever's keeping an eye on this place doesn't know we're here and doesn't come back while we're here, then maybe we can take some time and track him down.
And Garrus, just so we're all back on all the information, Garrus did find that logbook. Whoever comes here is probably going to be here in the next couple of days, given their frequency of transactions.
Yeah. So they'll be post by the time we find. If we take the long route.
Cool. So we grab the cyberware that's here, pack it into the truck, and then we lob these grenades back in through the door.
Get the gas.
Let them. Oh yeah, we should check the gas.
Yeah, if we can get this back door open in the office, so we can clear out the rest of this place, I think then we can start tidying up and
so you have
figuring out what to do.
You have kind of 3 ways to get into this back area. You can open one of the refrigerator doors and just kind of shimmy your way in, and that works. There's very little effort on that. It's just awkward when you first get in. Or you could disable the traps on the back door in this gas station, or you could work your way through the rear back door with that knife method. That did seem like it was going to work. It was just going to take you some effort.
I think shimmying would probably be.
Yeah. Do you want me to try to unhook?
The only problem I can think of is we couldn't see through the freezer door to know if the other side was trapped.
Yeah, so...
Do you want me to try to unhook the trap on the other one here? Or...
I mean, you're the one who would be getting blown up, so that's up to you, friend.
Don't say things like that.
Because shimmy, that seems like a security.
This trap looks basically the same make as the other one. You've got, a couple of grenades and a shotgun. Shotgun's in this back corner, and the grenades are right next to the door, kind of thing. And so, yeah, I mean, it would be similar for Dexy to disarm this trap.
Well, then if y'all want to step outside for a second.
All right, Dexy wants to get himself blown up twice in one day. Sounds good.
Good luck, Dexy.
No, Gwen.
All right, everybody leaves. Dexy, do your gig. The grenades are again target number 13, and the shotgun is target number 10.
Okay. I will spend 2 more luck on the grenades.
Okay. Pulling for you, dude.
Aren't we all?
Plus. Pulling, pins, grenades. Very fun. Okay. Plus tech.
I'm glad your brain went there. That's
plus
great.
Basic tech.
Yep.
Plus luck.
Oh,
that's no fun.
Awesome.
I don't like that at all.
Awesome.
Oh,
okay.
no.
So, Dexy, you've been in here for a while. The musk of this place is all over you. You've got your pins again. You went off and cut 3 more lengths of wire, and you squat down and you get that first one. I mean, you're practiced at this point. You get that first one in, shimmy it in, no sweat, right? And then the second one takes you effort, real effort. But you work it back and forth, and sure enough, like last second, just slides on in, solid. But in that motion, little too much, and the third grenade drops, and it goes off. So Dexy.
Oh no, that's a lot.
They're gonna take a grenade.
That's a frag grenade and a shotgun.
All right, Dexy. This grenade goes off. You go ahead and give me because you were aware of the shotgun and knew where it was, give me an evasion roll for Dexy. And we will include all of that with this roll.
He doesn't have a few seconds to jump out of the way of the grenade.
I may spend the other 2 luck on that evasion.
There you go. Yeah, this is all
It's
instantaneous
time to
stuff.
spend it.
It's
Now is the time to spend
It's
it.
like it falls, and there's this second where you have to decide, like, oh god, this is actually going to kill me. Okay, cool.
18.
Awesome. So Dexy, you leap as fast as you can behind, this shelf over here, as the grenade is going off, kind of thing. Dexy, you take 22 points from the grenade. And the shotgun going off does go through the... Oh, the shotgun rolled shit for damage. The shotgun does only 8 damage. But it's going through that shelf, so the shelf is going to take off like 5 damage going through that shelf, hitting you. So instead of 8, it's 3. So...
And do I get to subtract armor off of each of those?
Correct. Yes. So the first round gets fully absorbed. Your leather armor protects you from the grenade shot by full value. So all 4 comes off. And then you've got 3 left over for when the shotgun hits you. And the shotgun hits you for
what's left after it gets through the...
Yeah, is not 3. Yeah. So actually your
8
leathers
minus the shelf was 3.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
that one.
So yeah, your leathers stop the shotgun round from getting to you, but the grenade goes off and eats a big chunk of whatever Dexy's got.
Yeah, like over half. So.
Okay, yeah, but you're not dead. That's good. That's really good. That's amazing, dude. Way to have good armor and a lot of starting hits. Okay, so you are in seriously wounded category. You are at -3 to do anything until you are healed. And this is a long process. So it's not something that's going to happen today or in this game session. So you're at -3 for all actions and, effort and all that stuff. As this grenade goes off near you, it's not, again, it's a really old grenade, so it's not like the 10d6 grenades that are around in this time frame. It's old, it's kind of sucks, but well enough to blow off a leg. Easy would have killed you, especially if all 3 had gone off. But the other 2 don't go off with that grenade going kaboom.
How loud was that?
All of you hear this. All of you see this like dust kick up, and it's loud. It's violent.
Tiny bits of disassembled cyberware go shooting out the front door.
Oh yeah, I mean all the shelves are knocked. All the glass blows out the front. I mean the whole thing is just mayhem. And Dexy, you're like coughing up like
Blood?
dirt and blood and all that kind of stuff. But your ticker still works, man. There's a big ringing in your ear, and Silas and Roland.
Silas is running in.
Okay, good. So Silas runs in, and you see Dexy like barely picking himself up off the ground.
Sheriff, a little first aid, if you got it.
Yeah, who has first aid in this crew?
I do not.
Oh yeah, I have the first aid.
Yes, you do. Roll your first aid. I'm so glad somebody on this crew has first aid.
Silas would go look and see if the other shotgun had a transmitter on it too.
Cool.
If like Dexy described to us where it was, he'd go take a look
Yep.
to make sure.
Yep. Yeah, you go while the doctor is doing his thing. You go and check, and sure enough, there's a transmitter in the back of that shotgun.
So that's gone off.
Is it going off?
It doesn't make a sound, but it is plugged in, and there's a little LED that indicates it's on.
I'm definitely keeping a sharper watch now.
Okay, good.
For anything, because that could have called anybody's attention.
Right.
What my first aid is to. Is there anything else I'm adding?
First aid plus tech. That's your lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Dexy, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the doctor is on you. Garrus is over you. He's trying to patch you up. He's opening your shirt, getting into some of the shrapnel areas. Fortunately, none of the stuff is like super deep, but you are bleeding a lot. So this is important. Dude, great roll. Great roll with that 16. So you guys spend, I mean, immediately you're stabilized. There's no, like, you're not dying. But Garrus works with you and gets you patched up and gets you bandaged. You're going to have a significant limp. You're in a lot of pain. So it's tough to concentrate on things. It's tough to, be glib and all that kind of stuff. It just fucking sucks. But you're going to live. And as long as you get to medical tent, you'll be able to stave off infection, because Roland was able to very quickly clean the wound, pull out anything that was like surface level, and just, hit the whole thing with some sort of powder that burns like a fucker. But
Can you wiggle your fingers and toes for me?
Yep.
Silas would be popping open that door to take a quick, just case that room behind it real quick and see if there's anything of value in there.
Yeah, so you come in and, dude, there's like a tornado went off in here. Like everything pushed off the shelves, papers are everywhere. Give me a perception as this whole room is just thrashed because a grenade went off like next to it.
Yeah.
Can I get an update? Is he all right?
He'll live. That's a 26.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Nice.
So, yes, you dig through these papers, and there's a lot of stuff that's old, right? But you find underneath, it's not underneath anything anymore. You find, because this room's been so disheveled, you find there's a little, like, one of these kinds of things. Just a little, a little notebook here. And inside, you see a handwritten conversation between two people. And it looks like they write something in here and then shut the book and stash it somewhere in this room. And wherever it was hiding has been knocked loose and available for you to find. So Dexy, you did the world a service there. By exposing this hidden correspondence between these two. There is someone named Lowtek, 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 and somebody called Ember that are having conversations with one another periodically, saying, things like, hey, did the stuff I dropped off, did that give you what you need? No. I need more optics. I need more optics lubricant. I need more power supplies. I'm still feeling a twinge in my left arm. I need a new thing for my left arm. Low-Tech is the one talking about needing parts. And Ember is the one talking about, hey, the stuff that I got you, did it give you everything you need?
So so Ember's bringing stuff, Low-Tech's ripping it apart and putting it in himself. Seems like
that's what it looks like.
Looks like it.
Yep.
Good to know.
So wait, Ember's dropping off bodies and Low-Tech's ripping it?
What it looks like.
Seems
Okay.
to be the case. He'll pop out of there. Just a quick look at the freezer door. Does it have a trap on the side or anything?
No, it doesn't seem to.
Okay. Yeah, Silas will pop out and he'll say, all right, Dexy, it was worth it. We got names. Looks like your buddy Ember is bringing bodies to somebody named Low-Tech, which explains the grenades and shit.
Dexy's lying on the floor, wheezes, and gives like a half.
Just the weakest of thumbs ups.
All right. My scruples. Go ahead if you want.
Do those names sound familiar, David?
Low-Tech doesn't, but Ember does to Dexy.
Well, other than his conversation.
Yeah. None of you have heard of Low-Tech, I don't think. Were any of you... Hold on a second. Let me look at all your hometowns. Upper East Side, South, Westbrook. No. None of you know this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Westbrook, Dexy. Give me a local expert.
Sorry, Ethan, didn't mean to go over you.
No, you're good. This is a thin chance, but if you roll well, you might get it. Okay.
You can make up for it.
Yeah, no, Ember. Now that you've been thinking of her for a little while, and now she's in this logbook, your mind is racing. Ember, you can place in Westbrook, but Low Tech you can't.
Plus, that should have been a 12, I think.
Oh, right, with the -3. Yeah. So maybe not even Ember. Honestly, like Dexy's probably so shocked. He's like, I don't. These people are
yeah. Like Hitchens told me who Ember was, and that didn't spark any memory at all. Right. Like, okay,
right.
No, Ember's totally new to me. I don't know what.
But yeah, Silas come out and say, my scruples will allow me to leave these squishy bits in the freezer if we want to load up this cyber tech and get the hell out of here.
Okay.
What do we think?
Sounds like a plan.
Dexy back to Med 10.
Sounds great.
All right, so Silas just immediately grabbing the duffel bags from the floor where they flew away, which ones don't have giant holes in them.
Right.
Trying to load.
Yeah. It's
as
sucks.
much as can be done. It's probably harder now.
Right. So
probably missing a couple eyes that rolled under a cabinet or something. But.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do what would be a good. I'm really thinking like perception for all three of you in here to see how much of the stuff you find, because I'm sure that you guys are going to police it a little bit, but some of it has been knocked under things or is gone. So okay, let me just make some notes here.
Ooh.
Okay, so Roland, give me another D10 to add to that. Nice. 26 for you, 15 for Silas.
Roland found some stuff.
Okay, good stuff, Roland. And 16 for Silas. And Dexy, if you want to roll. Or is that 15 yours?
No, 15 is mine.
No, that was from someone else.
Dexy, if you want to roll.
Oh, that was from trying to.
That's right. Yeah, so go ahead and roll a perception -3 for your normal perception roll as you're looking around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of total y'all's number up, and that's going to give us a good sense of how much stuff y'all find. Because Silas is working in one area, Roland is working in another, Dexy's looking immediately around himself. Okay. Oh, hey, good roll all the same, man. Good.
Silas will also be like, Lotus, maybe head to the car.
All right.
We're in a bit of a hurry.
Okay.
I'm still going to try my best to keep watching the road.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a perception as you're extracting yourself from your hidey hole and just checking everything before you actually start moving.
So it's reconnaissance too, right?
Yep. Add your reconnaissance to your spot. You're not a spot, but your perception.
24.
24. Okay, good. So you are you're out there and looking at the road and all of that stuff, still totally clear, right? Wherever that signal went, they're further away than several minutes, right? Or an hour, or however long you guys have been here since then. However, that was a loud sound. It echoed off the mountain walls. And you think, I'm going to go check on that Lobos Phantasmos guy real quick.
Yeah.
And you look out that way, and you don't see them, but you do see a dismounted horse kind of hanging out by a tree. You don't spot them at all, but they've dismounted from their horse and are probably looking out your direction.
They in range?
They're ways out. I'm gonna
Are they
say,
in range of me? Could they shoot me?
No, I don't. I mean, they're probably about a mile or more out. So, like a really good shot, sure, but
Okay.
not a normal flesh and blood person would reasonably think, oh yeah, I got this shot. You know, windage on a mountain sucks. So like
Mm-hmm.
they would have to be pretty tuned up chrome wise to have confidence with that shot, honestly.
Okay.
And what glimpse you saw of them, they didn't look like a full Borg or anything like that. I mean, they're riding a horse, so they can't be that
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah. Our vehicle is not marked, correct?
No, it's just some,
Okay.
Ford Bronco equivalent.
Okay. I'll start making my way down. Trying to be stealthy, but
Yep.
trying to move quickly
Yep, give me your stealth.
with recon, right?
Yep, with recon.
That was a 1 that I rolled on the die.
Nice. So roll again, and we found out how bad it was.
That was a 10.
Fuck.
Is that really bad?
Yeah. So
Is that how that works?
So what's your skill minus 10? Like your whole number, all of it together minus 10. What is that number?
With recon?
Yeah, with recon. Yeah, because it's you're losing points off your attempt. So it's you have failed, but I need to know by how much to see what they can see.
It would be 11 with the minus 10.
Okay, that's still incredible. An 11, even with, I mean, that's awesome. So you, even on your worst moment, which is right now, this is your worst moment, you're still stealthier than like most people, right? I mean, that's how good she is at stealth. And you make your way down the hill and you get back to the car without like, breaking any significant twigs or causing a rock slide or anything stupid like that.
Okay. Yeah, I will try and move shit around so we can get what parts we need in here.
Cool. Yeah, you start making space, and you all come out of the gas station with your duffel bags loaded down with stuff, with cybernetics and parts and all that kind of stuff.
I don't imagine we have time to check on any sort of fuel, so let's hit the road.
Yeah, we got someone watching from the bluff.
I don't really want to spend any extra time here.
Let's just burn it to the ground.
Anybody got any burning to the ground supplies?
You have
handful of grenades.
Yeah, I was about to say you have 5 working grenades.
5 working grenades. I kind of want to keep them, for being honest.
I got a
One
match.
already went off.
There's enough. Is there enough shit in there to light it on fire?
Yeah. You don't know how much it would burn though without some assistance. I mean, gas stations are not intended to burn down super easily. They're made out of brick and all that kind of stuff. So, they probably have asbestos out the wazoo. So like you certainly could light this on fire and some portions of it would burn, but you have no confidence that this would actually burn all the way to the ground without you adding some kind of accelerant to the thing.
Yeah. Silas will think for a second. He'll say, and he'll run around to the back door and he'll take his vibro knife and he'll carve again under the mega laser was here. The major laser was here. Like, just in case. And he'll run.
So in like black Sharpie on the back door, it says major laser was here. And then like etched into it, it says from like your vibro knife, you dig it into the metal, it says again. Right?
Yes.
Perfect. Zoran's going to be so happy.
Covering our bases.
Beautiful.
All right.
Doubt he believed us the first time, but maybe he'll believe us the second time.
Yes. All right. So you guys get back to your car, and nobody's here to stop you. So y'all get in your car, and where do you want to go?
Home, please.
All right, that's one vote for home. How do the rest of y'all feel?
Yeah, we gotta drop this stuff off at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would be a good person to tell about something like this, just to get it distributed to the rest of the family pretty easily?
Benny.
Yeah.
Benny's your primary contact.
If nobody else wants to, Silas would go talk to Benny about it.
I'll
See
stick
what
with Silas.
See what he thought.
Okay. You guys head back to town, and you drive into camp, and the guys up in the watchtower give you a little wave on your way in. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Did we take the tools?
Yes, they grabbed what is it? 30, 56 points worth of stuff in the room. So there were some tools, some cybernetics, some stuff. All the useful stuff that they could find after the explosion, they found and stuffed into bags and left.
Okay.
And so there were some cybernetics tools in there. Yep. And so, yeah, you guys pull into camp, and the truck is great. The truck didn't get a grenade, so it looks pristine, which is like not the norm for you all. You all come home with like really busted up cars. So as you come in, one of the
we're screeching to a halt, and then
the stuff falls apart, right? And then one of the family members, as you guys roll by, is saying, boring trip then, yeah? Car looks great.
The mailbox comes out and yells at you, and then our business.
Well, Dexy caught the worst of it. We got some tech for the camp.
Oh, good.
I just stirred up a little bit of trouble. So, Benny around?
Is Dexy all right?
He'll need some attention.
He's not bleeding out.
It's good. So you guys park. You get Dexy to medical.
He's seen better days.
Yes. Yes. You guys park. You get Dexy to the medical tent, right? And Dexy, I mean, you've been by this thing plenty. It smells bad, right? It smells like cleaners and bleach and disinfectants and all that kind of stuff. But they have the supplies needed to keep you, keep you healthy, keep you from getting an infection, and let you rest up while you're here.
I haven't discussed it with. There was a thing where Dex coming out of character creation, Dexy was the character who had like an actual functioning relationship, and my idea was that E, his girlfriend, like helps around the medical tent. I had never got around to discussing that.
I'm into that.
So there's probably like him getting there or being like, "You're an idiot."
Yes. Yeah. So I'm sorry. What's her name again? What's your sweetie's name?
E.
E. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Eileen, but she goes by E.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you guys are coming in. Silas and Blue Lotus, you're both going to Benny, right? And so
before we run off, I'll be like, Sheriff, you want to come along? This was your deal.
Well, somebody needs to get Dexy to the hospital because Dexy's going to be leaning on someone to the medical tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silas is suggesting waiting. He'll wait.
Okay. Cool.
I'll make sure Dexy gets to E.
No, I'll hang out here. It'll be fine.
You're just in the car, like, no, guys, it's fine. It's fine. y'all go on and talk, and I'll be in here. And blue, you're like, no, come on,
so it doesn't get too hot. Yeah.
Only because I want to hear Dexy get yelled at by E.
That's right. So you guys, Blue and Dexy. Blue, you're kind of giving Dexy a shoulder to lean on while he kind of makes his way in. And it's not like Dexy can't walk. But, Dexy, every time you take a step on that left ankle, you really feel like you shouldn't be taking steps on that left ankle kind of thing, right? And so, so you got Blue Lotus there, and she's helping you get in. And you get into the tent, and it's just so quiet in here. It smells so nice compared to where you've been, right? And really, some of that's probably worn off onto you guys, and you probably smell bad, right? And Blue, you're like, you stink. On your way, it's like, actually, you kind of smell like you were in a room full of cadavers that had a grenade. It smelled good.
You need a bath.
Yeah.
Y'all need a bath.
I'll add it to my list. Right.
Here's E.
Yeah, so
hey,
you come into the tent, and E is like, she's at some bench filling out some paperwork or something like that. And she looks up, oh, hey, Blue. Dexy, What have you done? Blue, what happened to Dex? As she like gets up and immediately starts coming over.
Well, I wasn't there, but I believe it was a grenade.
She stops. A grenade?
Well, I was on lookout. So
Dex, why were you in a room with a grenade? As she like gets really close to you, she's pissed, but she's concerned at the same time. You see both of these emotions playing out over her face as she's like,
the hell were you doing around a grenade? That's
Yes.
not what you do at all. Yeah.
yes.
I sit him
Like, how's-
down.
Yeah, she helps take the load, right? And the two of you bring him to a bed to lay him on.
I would like to be out of this shock zone.
Yeah, no, we were trying to keep everybody else safe. There was a trap, and I was trying to, unhook the trap, and
A trap?
it's fine.
You were trying to do what to a trap?
I'm trying to unbooby trap a thing so that like everybody else.
You idiot!
No.
And she starts hitting you like
Oh.
about the chest. And she's like, "You idiot!" She's like hitting, and it's like hurting because like all of this kind of sucks, right? And she's like slapping you like she's mad, but she doesn't really want to hurt you way. But it hurts. It hurts so bad.
I'm just gonna back out of the tent.
Okay. Cool. Blue, you exit the tent and you hear E continue to dress down Blue. Or sorry, not Blue, Dexy, for being in her mind the dumbest man she's ever kissed. And that is saying something because she's dated some real dummies. And she's just laying into him for fucking with a trap that had a grenade. Yeah, she's mad. She does take after you, though. She does take care of you. She makes you feel bad the entire time. Okay?
As any really good nurse.
Yes.
We'll get you figured out, and like here's the tray full of like the pain medication derms. Just like, grab a handful of these, slap them on.
Yeah. Yeah, as you go for that, she like slaps your hand away. It's like, no, dummies get one. That's all you get. I need you to remember
Please
this
get one.
so you never do it again. You can't be doing this. You're not some booby trap guy. You're a talker. You should have talked your way through the problem.
As opposed to the last two missions I came back from shot. Yeah.
Yes. So you guys, and thus is your courtship, really. The lot of you, the three of you, go on to Benny.
If you want to stay alive, I wouldn't go by the med tent for a little while. He's a little pissed.
Yeah, I was listening to that. I'm a little disappointed. I can't still hear. Pretty entertaining.
All right, so you
Thank you.
guys, Roland and Silas, you head to the communications tent. Benny is found, and
Silas
Lotus,
would
you catch up a
definitely
little
lead.
bit.
Silas would lead with Benny. Holy shit!
Benny's
got
he's
news.
got like one ear in a thing. 1 second, guys. 1 second. You come here. Listen to this. Listen. Yeah, write it all down. He takes off his headphones. What's going on? What's going on?
Sheriff.
He looks over at you, Roland.
Remember that gas station we went to a couple weeks back?
Yeah, you said it had a bunch of graffiti on it. It's all abandoned, but full of like gross body parts.
Yeah. Mhm. But we found a little honey hole of tech there, and brought some Cybertech back.
Cybertech. All right, good. So it was full of cybertech and bodies. Is that what you're telling me?
More or less.
Okay. Any idea who it is? Somebody we need to be worried about? Are they gonna? I mean, you brought it all back. I can see the bags, but are they dead at least? No. He looks over at Silas, who just like shakes his head his nose.
We're like, no.
And Benny's eyes go a little wide. Did they see you take it?
No.
I don't reckon they did.
There was a
but
transmitter.
we
I know
did
were there.
get We did get a name.
A name. Okay, so we at least know who it is that might come looking for all the cyber tech and body parts you took. Did you?
Well,
Did
we
you bring?
didn't take
Right.
no
Mm.
body parts.
That's good. That's real good. That's real good. Because that's gross. But
Low Tech is the guy's name. He was using old school frag grenades. Dexy caught one.
Dexy, is he all right?
Real shame.
You see
Yeah,
his
he's
face get
fine.
really scared. He's like, Dexy, all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I wouldn't be
Mhm.
so nonchalant about it if you weren't. But
Okay, good. And so, so
he
you
knows we were there.
Well, he
But,
knows someone was there.
Zorn had put some about Major Laser on the door.
It's
And,
fixation with Major. I gotta get to the bottom.
So
of that.
I put the word again under Major Laser was here. So hopefully he attributes the second visit to the same. He at least, well, that might be a bad thing. He thinks it's the same people both times at least. Maybe not that it's us.
Us who
but,
live down the street from this gas station full of parts.
Well, there was some of the Lobos up in the hill. Lotus saw some of those, so I mean, maybe it could have been them.
Okay.
Don't know. Plausible deniability.
But they definitely saw us right out.
Oh, the Lobos
Yeah.
guys did.
Lobos. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Dexy, we got names on who was getting all the bodies too. That was somebody at Dexy's old neck of the woods named Ember.
Ember. Okay, so a low tech and an Ember.
Yeah.
Okay. He's writing it down, on like a pad, on a data pad,
I figured it'd be better, we'll just let everybody be on guard.
Okay. We'll
Don't
double
know what
the
kind of firepower the guy's got.
we'll double the watch, I guess, or something, to be on the lookout for a low tech. Any idea what this person looks like, or what Ember looks like?
You'd have to ask Dexy. It might be just a word of mouth kind of thing. Might not know him specifically.
Low Tech had left some notes about like cyberware parts he was asking for, so we might have an idea.
Yeah, we.
Left cyber arm and a cyber eye kind of deal, but
I would
Some
give
indication.
Benny any papers and
Sure.
ledgers and notebooks and stuff I'd picked up just to see.
Sure. Benny looks through it and he kind of thumbs through. He's like, "This is quite the shopping list." I'm gonna roll Benny's. He has kit bashing. He's a tech, so he's got kit bashing.
Yeah.
I'll roll his kit bashing and stuff and see what he's got. Oh, 8. Okay. Cool. And he kind of thumbs through it, and he goes through like page 1, then page 2. Oh. Either low tech is a gang with maybe 5 or 6 chromed out people, or low tech is one scary motherfucker. If all these parts are going into one person, that's scary. If it's 5 people, then it kind of makes some sense. But this could be just one scary motherfucker.
Well,
considering the conditions they were working in, they might not have a functioning olfactory thing going on.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I mean, it was hot as hell in there. We're just decomposing bodies everywhere. No air conditioning.
Oh.
Some inhumane conditions to work in on the rig.
Yeah, I mean, someone who's got the right chrome, they could just turn all that off and just ignore it.
It was all maintenance type stuff that was missing too. Right?
Oh.
Is that what it was? It was like
Yeah, he goes back through a little bit. He goes, oh yeah, power supplies. Okay, yep.
you're right, Silas.
Yep, bearings. Yep, all the little things that wear out on cyber. Okay.
Benny,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just one person. Because we could tell that all like the weight of the truck was on one side.
The one heavy person driving a truck.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, granted, that might have been Ember. We don't know. But
yeah,
Could have been both of them, but it didn't look like a whole bunch of people were coming up in there. That's for sure.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
One person
Might
really
be
heavy in the
trying to
driver's seat
turn
with enough
himself
people.
into a side.
Wait, what, Garrus?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Brent, because you're actually in the room. Dexy's not.
Yeah.
Some sort of cyber god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a Borg. He could be a full body conversion. Again, this could be two people. Two heavy chrome people with this kind of shopping list. Or my original gut thought was, a crew of 5 or 6 people needing all this stuff. Maybe they got some old chrome, but
on the book with the conversation, was it like ever different handwriting?
Nope, it was always the same 2 people, and it was always the same handwriting.
Yeah. I mean, I think assuming the worst, probably safer bet.
Okay.
Probably one mean son of a bitch.
Okay. All right. Well, that's important. Good to know. So I'll let the guys on the towers know if they see a truck with that leans to one side because it's so heavy. Maybe start shooting.
I mean, that's probably a good thing though. One guy rolls up on our camp. That's not gonna do much.
I mean, if it's a Borg, I need to move.
Yeah. Okay.
Because none of us have what it takes to. I mean, sure, the whole family getting together. Yeah, we could probably take down a Borg. A couple of us get real clever. Sure, walks into the right trap.
Ben found a ton of AP rounds, like 100 of them.
Okay, yeah, that's
That'll
important.
do something.
Yep. We'll need to distribute.
And I think
those.
he brought about 98 of them back. I think.
98. That's right. Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll need to distribute those out to the towers and all that stuff. But I'm telling you guys, one Borg is trouble for a family like ours. So let's put a pin in this and
I'll
see if we can't figure out where this Ember person is and see if we can't dig up something on
Westbrook.
Westbrook. Okay. So in Night City, that's all right. There's somewhere. Good.
If you want, I'll take the hit and maybe do some scouting for a place to move.
Yeah, we'll have to put out some feelers. Blue Lotus, this kind of falls to your crew too, to scout us some new homes.
Of course.
So, okay.
That could be a project for the next few days.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Okay. Big stuff. But it sounds like you got a good haul. So I mean, it's not like it's all doom and gloom. We actually got some good stuff out of the deal.
Yeah, but we definitely kicked a hornet's nest.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know.
I mean, either way, he would have found out when all the stuff was gone. So.
Yeah, it's true.
But if he goes back to check, we could maybe set up an ambush for him.
How do you think he'll be back there?
Well, he doesn't know what happened.
I mean, he knows something happened.
Wouldn't you go back to check your honey hole?
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said, if it's a Borg, take a lot of firepower.
Yeah, you're right.
Is there anything else?
We do got them. We got grenades now, though.
We
Good.
did get 5 grenades.
Good.
6 of them got Dexy.
Are they safe? Because the family's kind of weird about explosives. If we can keep them safe.
Yeah, they got pins in them. They're homemade pins, but
where are they?
I guess if we have them, if Dexy, they'd probably be in a bag we got.
Yeah. So you guys produce them, and Benny hands them to. He says, "I'm gonna hand them to our quartermaster." Okay.
All right.
And it's like, hey, put this in a box. Keep it locked tight. This is live explosive. Keep it super safe. And
yeah, it's old fashioned stuff.
Quartermaster. Let's name the quartermaster real quick. I've not actually named the quartermaster.
So was Mailbox the garage guy?
Yeah, Mailbox is the garage guy. Yeah, because he's got a flat face and a bald head.
Wait, who did we named somebody who was in like the ammo?
Oh, that's right. It was
Last
a
time.
Chica with the fishing vest, and she had like all the little like pockets full of stuff.
What
Dang.
was
All
that
right,
name?
we'll have to go back and
There's a VOD.
yeah. There's record of this. Somebody find the record and tell us the name of our person.
I will in 2 months when I
That's-
edit that.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, Benny says, is there anything else y'all can think of? Ambush in a couple of days. That's a good possibility. Us moving in a couple of days. It's maybe a better possibility. But we got a lot of cyber
Hitchens
tech.
was getting some new legs. I think.
Hitchens? Who's Hitchens?
Friend
One
of
of Dexy's
Dexy's.
friends, I guess.
Okay, good. Glad for Dex or Hitchens. It's good.
Yeah, Hitchens got some new legs. Show them to you.
Yeah, she's very proud of her crumb. Absolutely. Yeah. Hitchens is coming up. Okay. All right.
I can't think of anything else we found. Might be fuel in that station. We didn't have time to check. We were in a hurry. We were in a hurry on our way out.
Okay. I think somebody checked that station once, but I don't remember. I'll double check. Okay. All right. Well, this is all important stuff. Thanks for coming back alive and telling us what's going on. And I'm glad Dexy's going to be okay.
Yeah. A man deserves a few drinks. I would say probably about 5 shots for 5 grenades.
All right. I'll make sure to send them to E first so she can decide when he's allowed to start drinking again. Because painkillers, from my understand, you don't want to mix the two.
That's not.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Benny.
Thank you. And you guys leave the stuff with some tech, right? You know, somebody in Benny's crew. And I'm going to detail out what all you guys looted, what all you found. I didn't want to mess with it here just because it's, but you guys got a lot of stuff. So that's pretty.
What was the point
awesome.
breakdown?
Like 56
Yep.
points. Was
Yeah, it was, sorry,
perception, so
26, 16, and 15. So 31 plus 26 is
so
57?
57, yeah.
Yep. So 57 points, all dedicated towards finding stuff and looting it as fast as you could. Because none of you really wanted to stick around. And that's totally reasonable because the gig goes up. And who knows how long it takes low tech to get there.
Yeah, and Flowtech was a big scary board. That's something I want to be around for.
Yeah. All right. So stream, we're going to call it here. We have new tasks for the family. The family is considering what to do next with this information. Players, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 opportunities and put them up on the board. And we decide, do we move or do we stake it out? And, we know it's possibly a Borg or at least some heavily crumbed out people. And, we kind of, in the back line, decide what we're going to do. And then we'll announce to the...
Silas wanted to mention one thing
Oh, cool.
to Lotus before we end.
Yes.
Just in private. You're like, hey, sis, you remember that old bastard Quicksilver?
Yes. Yes, and I do. Why,
I've,
Ryan?
Seen his face around town on some nice wanted posters, and I was thinking of maybe didn't want to tell the camp yet till I had your blessing, as it were.
To do what?
I don't know. I mean, 10K Eddie's ain't a bad haul. Alive, if he's alive, be nice for the camp. 5K dead either way, nice profit.
I mean, he's a friend of mine. Was a friend of mine.
Ain't one of mine. But like I said, I wanted to check.
Let me think on it.
All right.
Go
Keep
take
it
a
under my
shower.
hat for now.
Yeah. Go take a shower, you smell.
All right.
Thank you for that, Ethan, for stopping me. That was good. All right, everyone on the stream, always thanks a ton for tuning in. Let's see here. Ethan, congrats on winning Legend Keeper.
Yay, Ethan!
And everybody at home, as always, thanks a ton for tuning in. Have fun and play well. We are
May all your
out.
rolls be crits.
Yes, somebody has to say it.